Gym here in Brooklyn. As it is time to begin Fight Week 4, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, and the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. We are here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. This Saturday, it is the return of the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, as he steps inside the ring against the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. Our co-main event, an excellent matchup, this one in the super middleweight division. It is a title eliminator between two former champions who have no love lost between one another. It'll be Caleb Plant matching up against Anthony the Dog Dirrell. Also, we have a loaded undercard as our pay-per-view goes live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. We have Gary Antonio Russell, who's undefeated. He will collide against Emmanuel Rodriguez, that one being a rematch from their matchup in August of last year. And to begin the night on pay-per-view, we'll have the undefeated Cuban heavyweight Frank Sanchez, trained under the guidance of the legendary Joe Gleason. He will square off against the 2008 Puerto Rican Olympian Carlos Negron. Also, we will be live on FS1 before the pay-per-view at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time in our main event live on FS1. It'll be Vito Mielnicki Jr., who is a sensation here on the East Coast from New Jersey. Once again, competing at Barclays Center. He'll put his skills to the test against Limber Ponce. Also, we have a scintillating matchup in the lightweight division. Michel Rivera, who is really making noise, top 5 in the world at 135. He will square off against Jerry Perez of Los Angeles. A very big night of boxing coming your way on Saturday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You can watch the press conference tomorrow on FS1, the weigh-ins on Friday, and then fight night on a Saturday night. But also, for the fans here in the New York, New Jersey area, we are hooking you up. Why? Because I'm giving you a pair of my tickets. Yes, I'm giving you a pair of my tickets, and here's how you do so. All you have to do is go ahead and tweet at me at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius and give me your prediction on the fight. I'm going to choose the winner at random on Friday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific time. If you're going to be here in the New York, New Jersey area, giving you a pair of tickets, follow me at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius. Give me your prediction on who you believe is going to win the main event, and give me the round if you feel like the fight will end inside the distance. And now we are ready to be joined alongside by a young fighter who is really making some noise. He's won 3 straight. He's beloved here on the East Coast. 12-1 is his record as he comes to us from Roseland, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vito Mielnicki Jr. Vito, great to see you. Always a pleasure. You're going to be the main event on FS1, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time as you take on Limber Ponce. Give me your thoughts on this opportunity. Once again, fighting here on the East Coast. They love you out here. What are your emotions coming into this fight?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank Al Heyman. Continually put me on the biggest platform, showcase my talent. Just another opportunity for me. I've been working hard in the gym, had a great training camp with Coach Chino Rivas, and just ready to go, ready to put on a show.
How much have you evolved in your career? Because I remember watching you. I think you were like 17, and you were fighting on the undercard of Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz #2 in Las Vegas. You actually were a senior in high school, and you had to go do classwork in your hotel room after grand arrivals and media obligations. But what's it like now? Because I feel like physically you're really developing.
Yeah, obviously I turned pro at 17, youngest ever in Jersey to turn pro. But yeah, my body's developing. I'm getting stronger physically. My skills are just getting sharper and sharper, and I'm just gaining knowledge every time I step in the ring on a pro level. So I've been having great sparring. Keyshawn Williams, Jason Rosario, Roman Villa, Joseph Ardono. We had great sparring in the gym, and I'm just getting better and better each and every fight.
Why is it so special for you to be fighting on the East Coast? Look, we've seen you at Barclays Center before. We've also seen you at Prudential Center, New Jersey. The fans absolutely love you out here.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm one of the bigger names on the East Coast. I feel like I'm making a name for myself at the Prudential Center, obviously. But obviously, I'm fighting here for the 2nd time in a row, Barclays Center. I have a big following on the East Coast. I want to make that a global following, but we're going to keep growing, keep getting bigger and bigger.
Let's talk about your opponent, Limber Ponce. He only has 1 loss, 14-1 is his record. What's your analysis of your opponent on Saturday live on FS1?
I'm in for a good fight. I know he's going to bring his A game, bring his just be on his P's and Q's that night. I'm expecting a great fight for the fans, and I'm going to put on a dominant performance.
Assuming you're victorious on Saturday, you get your hand raised at Barclays Center. Have you thought about what might be next? I mean, we're in October. Will this be your last fight of the year? Or are you going to try to squeeze one more in?
Yeah, obviously that's up to my team after this fight. But we're going to worry about this one for right now. But I'd love to get another one in before the year ends, 100%.
How would you classify your year? Because I remember you fought on Christmas night last year. Obviously, millions watched you live on Fox. And again, you returned here to the Fox platform in the main event on FS1 prior to the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Like I said, Al Heyman put me on huge platforms. My team just doing a great job with moving me. And obviously, Fox, I love fighting on Fox. I fought on Fox several times. But FS1 and just being on a card like this, Deontay Wilder's comeback fight, I'm excited. It's going to be a great night.
Now, when it comes to you, it's all about, I know you're very involved with your family, your father, Vito Sr. How much has he just been such a help and a benefit to you? Because I remember when you were like 12 years old, when I knew your dad about 10 years ago, he was saying, wait until you see my son, wait until you see my son. You were in the amateurs as like a 12 or 13-year-old kid.
Yeah, so my father and obviously my mother as well both have a huge part of like how I've grown up and just me being so disciplined with the sport. But my dad just always gave me great opportunities growing up, brought me to all the tournaments, and made me see every style, just gave me every opportunity possible to get to the level where I'm at now and just to keep growing. So I want to thank him for that. My dad, my mom, they gave me every opportunity possible to make the most out of something that I love.
Vito will allow you to work out and get ready to go. You're going to be watching Vito Mielnicki Jr. work out here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Give it up for Vito Mielnicki Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Workout for Vito Mielnicki Jr. working out here at Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. You're watching the PBC YouTube page as we are kicking off fight week with Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius in our main event, that being a WBC Heavyweight Title Eliminator. Also, our co-main event, Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell in the super middleweight division. That's also a title eliminator. Also working out, ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Williams. He'll be involved on the card as well. Vito Melnicki Jr., Keyshawn Williams working out here at the legendary Gleason's Gym. That's been the home of Muhammad Ali, along with gentleman Jerry Cooney, Manos de Pierda, Roberto Duran, Julio Cesar Chavez as well. Also Jake LaMotta. So many legendary names have graced this incredible gym here in Brooklyn, Gleason's gym. No better way to kick off fight week than here at Gleason's ahead of Saturday night's PBC on Fox Sports pay-per-view extravaganza. If you cannot join us here in Brooklyn, all you have to do is join us on pay-per-view via a variety of different ways, either your local cable or satellite provider or on the Fox Sports app. And I believe we have a QR code that you can go ahead and just scan your phone, and by all means, you will be locked in for Saturday night's fantastic night of boxing. Vito Mielnicki Jr., though, on the FS1 portion, taking on Limber Ponce in the main event, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Welcome to Fight Week, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the legendary Gleason's gym here in Brooklyn as you are watching Vito Melnicki Jr. work out alongside his teammate Keyshawn Williams. Vito Melnicki Jr. collides against Limber Ponce in the main event on FS1, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, right before our pay-per-view goes live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time from Barclays Center here in Brooklyn. Vito Mielnicki Jr. has won 3 in a row from Roseland, New Jersey. Very proud of where he's from in the New Jersey area. His second straight fight at Barclays Center, looking to no doubt make a statement as he stopped veteran Jimmy Williams in 6 rounds in July and looking for yet another stoppage on Saturday. Vito Mielnicki Jr., who has been a professional since he was 17, actually had to get special permission from his high school and from the commission. And lo and behold, now he continues in his journey. And this is his 14th professional fight against Limber Ponce. Get to Barclays Center early. If you are not going to join us at Barclays Center, tune in on pay-per-view via your local cable or satellite provider or on the Fox Sports app.
do their thing at school.
You're watching the PBC YouTube page as Fight Week has officially begun in full swing here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Vito Mielnicki Jr., Keyshawn Williams working out. Vito Melnicki Jr. looks in impeccable physical shape. Keyshawn Williams, his teammate, also very sharp indeed. Vito Melnicki Jr.'s adversary, Limberth Ponce in the main event on our FS1 portion, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Also a part of that, we have a heavyweight matchup to begin the evening. And then we will transition to Michel Rivera. And also, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Perez. And then it'll be Vito Mielnicki Jr., Limberth Ponce. And we will head to pay-per-view at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Barclays Center celebrating its 10th year, as we've had some memorable fight nights at Barclays Center. And Saturday night, with the return of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder will continue to add to the rich history of boxing at Barclays Center. So Vito Mielnicki Jr. concluding with his workout here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn, as is Keyshawn Williams. Vito Mielnicki Jr. live on FS1, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. He will be the main event on our free portion for all of you. Vito Mielnicki Jr. possesses a 12-1 record with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. As we will continue here with the media workouts here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn as we are kicking off fight week for the return of the Bronze Bomber, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, as he will take on the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, in a heavyweight title eliminator. The Bronze Bomber, we haven't seen him inside the ring in just over a year, since over a year ago when he collided against Tyson Fury in that epic third and final trilogy matchup against Tyson Fury in Las Vegas. What a battle that was. That was the best fight I've ever seen in my life. Many people believe that that was the best heavyweight championship fight that they've seen in the past 25 to 30 years. Our co-main event is going to be a battle because both guys don't like each other one bit. Two former super middleweight champions of the world matching up in a super middleweight title eliminator. The return of Caleb Plant. He gave a valiant effort in a loss to Canelo Alvarez last November 6th as he will square off against Anthony the Dog Dirrell. Both men former champions. Both men have dealt with adversity in their lives, and both men don't like each other one bit. Also, we have a tremendous bantamweight affair. It's a rematch from their clash back in August of last year. It'll be Gary Antonio Russell, who possesses a record of 19-0 with 12 knockouts. He will go head-to-head against the former world champion Emmanuel Rodriguez of Puerto Rico. And speaking of Puerto Rico, we will have the Puerto Rican Olympian Carlos Negron, the heavyweight, 25-3. His record, he will take on the undefeated Cuban heavyweight Frank Sanchez, who is trained by the legendary Joe Gleason. You just heard from Vito Mielnicki Jr., who will be in the main event against Limber Ponce on FS1 prior to the pay-per-view at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Now, if you cannot be here at Barclays Center, tickets are going quickly. All you have to do is join us on pay-per-view via your local cable or satellite provider or on the Fox Sports app. If you want to purchase tickets, as I mentioned, you can get them at the American Express box office at Barclays Center, and it is being promoted by TGB Promotions along with Bomb Squad Promotions, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. This is the media workout for Saturday night's full night of boxing. It is going to be a loaded night of action. No doubt will be captivating the sports audience around the world. Also, if you're here in the New York, New Jersey area, I'm hooking you up because we love the fans. I'm giving you a pair of tickets to the fight. My tickets that I'm giving you, all you have to do is follow me at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius and give me your prediction on who do you think is going to win the fight and how. Again, follow me at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius. Give me your prediction and how. And then I will choose a winner at random on Friday afternoon. We are awaiting Emmanuel Rodriguez as we're here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. You know, walking around this gym, there is so much history here. You think of the names of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. He trained here, I believe, prior to his fight against Sonny Liston. Jake LaMotta, you know, unbelievable career that he had. Also, Roberto Duran, who trained here prior to his fights. He was trained by Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown. Incidentally, Freddie Brown was one of the trainers here at the legendary Gleason's Gym. Gentleman Jerry Cooney, who fought Larry Holmes, who was a staple here on the East Coast. No doubt a legend in his own right. He trained here. Julio Cesar Chavez, the body snatcher, Mike McCallum, Edwin Rosario. There are so many iconic names who have trained here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn, and there's no better way to begin a fight week as we get set for Saturday night at Barclays Center. And Barclays Center has been a very hospitable home to the Bronze Bomber. Why? Because Deontay Wilder has had 4 explosive knockouts in his 4 journeys to the walk at Barclays Center. He knocked out Arthur Spukum, finished off Luis Ortiz in their first matchup. What a memorable affair that was. Also went ahead and wiped out Bermane Stiverne in the first round in their rematch. And then most recently, back in May of 2019, wiped out Dominic Brazil in the first round in one of the most devastating knockouts I have ever seen. When the Bronze Bomber lands that right hand, 99% of the time, you're going to sleep. The Bronze Bomber trained under the guidance of Malik Scott. And now, as I talked about, this loaded night of boxing coming your way, we are now joined alongside by a man who has a record of 20 wins, opposite 2 defeats, 13 wins coming by way of knockout from Manatí, Puerto Rico, the former bantamweight champion of the world, a 30-year-old who is coming off of a unanimous decision winner. He captured the world title with a unanimous decision win over Paul Butler. He's coming off of a win, knocking out Roberto Sanchez Cantu in March. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Emmanuel Rodriguez, who will take on Gary Antonio Russell in their rematch that they had back in August of last year. As we are awaiting Emmanuel Rodriguez to make his way inside the ring. Here is from Manatí, Puerto Rico, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Emmanuel, can you tell us, as we get set, you get ready for your matchup against Gary Antonio Russell, how are you feeling heading into your fight against Gary Antonio Russell? ¿Cómo te sientes?
No, ansioso y ya loco de que es el sábado para aclarar ya las dudas de lo que pasó el año pasado, que fue un cabezazo.
He said, I'm very excited. I'm a bit anxious, looking forward to taking on Gary Antonio Russell, especially with what happened in our first fight back last August with the clash of heads, the headbutt. So looking forward to Saturday. Can you tell us about, your preparation coming into this fight, la preparación que tenías para esta pelea?
Una preparación, estuve 5 meses en las alturas en México, ansioso ya de que llegue el sábado, y desde el sábado en adelante, Emmanuel Rodriguez será el mejor 118.
He said, I'm very much looking forward to Saturday night. I spent time training in the altitude in Mexico, and I'm just really excited about the 15th of October. How would you go ahead and how do you think the fight's going in? A prediction for the fight on Saturday. Una predicción para la pelea este sábado.
La pelea no va a llegar a los 12 rounds.
¿So lo vas a nukear?
No va a llegar al 12 rounds.
He said the fight is not going to go the distance. That's all I can say, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Emmanuel Rodriguez, who's going to work out for the fans here and the media here at Gleason's gym in Brooklyn. Emmanuel Rodriguez, 20-2 is his record. 13 wins coming by way of knockout from Manatí, Puerto Rico, telling me the fight will not go the distance. You are watching the workouts for Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius, our PBC on Fox Sports pay-per-view night of boxing here at the famed Gleason's gym in Brooklyn. Emmanuel Rodriguez, 20-2, 13 wins coming by way of knockout, 30 years of age, who defeated Paul Butler to capture the world title. Pretty vehement, saying he has worked out in the altitude in Mexico ahead of this matchup against Gary Antonio Russell, their rematch. He said that he is excited about this rematch, especially after what happened with the clash of heads that ruled the fight a no decision in August of last year. All right. You are watching Emmanuel Rodriguez workout, a brief workout for the former world champion ahead of his date against Gary Antonio Russell in the rematch on Saturday night. They had a matchup in August of last year, an accidental clash of heads. Emmanuel Rodriguez now going to meet with the media here at the legendary Gleason's gym in Brooklyn as we commence fight week here in the Brooklyn area. Saturday night, Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You will see the return of the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, matching up against Robert Helenius in a heavyweight title eliminator. Now we will allow the media to meet with Emmanuel Rodriguez, and then we'll bring up his opponent, Gary Antonio Russell, in a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our media workout here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn, as we are thrilled to begin fight week for the return of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius, also Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell. It all comes your way on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. If you can't be here at Barclays Center with us in Brooklyn, all you have to do is join us on pay-per-view via your local cable or satellite provider, or on the Fox Sports app. Very easy. You can do it in the palm of your hand or call your local cable or satellite provider. But do not miss out on this incredible night of boxing, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Boy, we have a loaded card from top to bottom. You heard from Vito Mielnicki Jr., who will be in the main event live on FS1. Free boxing coming your way at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. He will take on Limberth Ponce. Also part of that card, Michel Rivera will take on a very tough. Looking forward to his matchup. As also, ladies and gentlemen, we are awaiting Gary Antonio Russell, who will take on Emmanuel Rodriguez. I mentioned about Michel Rivera. He'll be in action on the undercard of the FS1 portion. He'll take on Jerry Pettis of Los Angeles. Looking forward to Michel Rivera, who is really making waves at 135, certainly top 10 indeed, and looking to inch closer to a world title shot. But our opening matchup on Saturday night, we have Gary Antonio Russell, Emmanuel Rodriguez. You have Gary Antonio Russell, part of the incredible Russell family. Gary Russell Jr., the former WBC Featherweight Champion of the world. Also Gary Antoine Russell and Gary Antonio Russell, who is in the middle of the brothers. He's the middle brother out of that fighting Russell family. So we are looking forward to Gary Antonio Russell, his rematch against Emmanuel Rodriguez on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. They had a matchup in August of last year, an accidental clash of heads. Ended in a no contest in the first round, but Emmanuel Rodriguez told me that he's been training in the altitude of Mexico and is anxious, and he believes that the judges will not be needed on Saturday. Looking forward to talking with Gary Antonio Russell to see what his thoughts are and if he feels the fight will go to the scorecards or if he's looking to end the fight in a quick and abrupt fashion. Also, we have Frank Sanchez, the undefeated Cuban heavyweight, now trained under the legendary Joe Gleason, who happens to be up for election into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, an honor that I think is a long time coming, that I think he should receive in Canastota. As he will go ahead, Frank Sanchez will match up against the 2008 Puerto Rican Olympian, heavy-handed indeed, Carlos Negron. Our co-main event, Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell. I was with them at the kickoff press conference at the end of August, and let me just tell you that both men despise each other. There is no love lost between one another, and finally, they get their chance to go at it on Saturday at Barclays Center when the bell rings. And in our main event, the return of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. I've been around Deontay Wilder for many years, and I got to tell you, he is so focused. He's locked in, trained under the guidance of his trainer, Malik Scott, and they know that they have a tall task ahead of themselves as he will take on his former sparring partner, the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. Media outlets have come from overseas to cover this journey for Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius looking to really come out and get the biggest win of his career against the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. What a night that we have on Saturday. If you're going to be here at Barclays Center, the action gets going at 4:30 Eastern time as we are awaiting Gary Antonio Russell. And now we want to bring up, with the record of 19 wins, no losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout, the Russell family indeed certainly have a rich tradition and a tremendous family lineage. Here's the undefeated Gary Antonio Russell. Gary, great to see you. Real quick, before you work out, want to just get your thoughts on your rematch against Emmanuel Rodriguez as you go ahead and collide with him. How are you feeling heading into this matchup against Emmanuel Rodriguez?
I feel good. I feel great. We got the work in, the rounds that we needed inside the gym. Mentally, I've been focused and I've been preparing for it.
What did you take away, if anything? Were you able to take away anything from your first matchup? It ended because an accidental clash of heads. So that fight, it ended in a no contest. But did you take anything away from the first round? Were you able to get even a little bit of a sample size?
Nope, not at all. It was just so quick. It was a flash, you know. It seemed like as soon as I got in it, it was just quick as it was over. So keep my head down, chin tucked, let him catch the worst of the headbutt if it happens again.
He told me that he doesn't think the judges will be needed on Saturday, meaning that the fight will end inside the distance. What's your response?
We'll see. We'll see. I hope he worked out good and had a great camp because I had a wonderful one. I'm not looking to leave it to the judges.
I know you're very proud of your rich family tradition. Obviously, your father passed away earlier this year, but your brother Gary, a former world champion, your brother Gary Antoine, you guys really have been making some significant noise for many years. But what does it mean for you to have your brothers with you as you prepare for the biggest opponent of your career yet again?
It means a lot. I'm comfortable. This is what I'm used to. It's like doing it at home. You know, my pops, even though he's gone, rest my man's soul, he prepared us for this moment.
Assuming you're victorious on Saturday, are there any names that you're looking at that you might want to step inside the ring? Or are you looking at the likes of Inoue and those guys that you want to go ahead and step inside the ring with?
All of the top guys. All of the top guys. I'm in this division, and I'm competing to be the best. And to be the best, I have to fight the best.
You fought a former world champion before, Juan Carlos Payano. How much confidence did that give you, knowing that you could go ahead and handle a former world champion? You have another one in front of you on Saturday in Emmanuel Rodriguez.
It didn't give me too much confidence. I already believed in myself enough, and I know what I'm capable of as a fighter. During the Payano fight, I was dealing with so much mentally. I just lost my brother that same week. And I had to bite down and be mentally strong enough to go through it. So I feel like me dealing with my brother loss kind of took a little bit away from my performance because it was so early in which it happened. But now I'm prepared for this, and I'm good. I feel good. I'm ready.
What separates Gary Antonio Russell from the rest of the bantamweights at 118 pounds?
I'm versatile. I could do a little bit of everything. You know, my dad named our gym Enigma for a reason. You know, and I'm going to be an enigma whenever I fight.
So you can adapt to any style, so to speak.
There you go.
All right, Gary Antonio Russell, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him, undefeated from Capitol Heights, Maryland, a part of the Fighting Russell family. Gary Antonio Russell here at the legendary Gleason's gym in Brooklyn. And his trainer, Alan Russell, as well, who's been in the corner for many, many years. And I believe, real quick, we're going to bring in Emmanuel Rodriguez real quick. Gary, as you guys would go ahead and face off for the first time during fight week. Emmanuel Rodriguez, the former bantamweight champion of the world, as he takes on Gary Antonio Russell on Saturday from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. All right, now we're going to bring up Emmanuel Rodriguez, the former world champion, as he will step inside the ring. Gary Antonio Russell, Emmanuel Rodriguez. All right, ladies and gentlemen, face off. This is Emmanuel Rodriguez, Gary Antonio Russell. What a matchup this is going to be in the bantamweight division. A rematch from their matchup in August of last year. They square off on Saturday at Barclays Center. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Gary Antonio Russell, the former world champion, sensing that the fight will not go the distance. Thank you very much, gentlemen. A nice sign of respect, and now we'll allow Gary Antonio Russell to get back to his workout after That ceremonial stare down. I love it when the guys size each other up, by the way. Just gets us closer to fight night. Here we go. Gary Antonio Russell working out for all of you here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. All right, give it up for Gary Antonio Russell working out here at the famed Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Gary looks fantastic, looking to take his record to 20-0. And just a brief workout for Gary Antonio Russell. What are you saying, Gary?
I say I got to work my legs. You know, we all athletic in here.
Obviously, absolutely.
I used to be a ninja.
Used to be a ninja. Okay, that's something good for us to know from a, research standpoint. I didn't know that he was a ninja. So he doesn't just play one for Halloween. He actually is a ninja. Look at that. Unbelievable. Wow. I think he could be a gymnast, too. I give it a 10, a resounding 10. All right, so I'm curious to see. I'm going to have to get Anthony Dirrell to do it now. Look at this. 2 backflips. Look at the athleticism from Gary Antonio Russell. Unbelievable. I told you got great athletes when it comes to the Premier Boxing Champion stable. Absolutely. Wonder if Gary Jr. can do the same thing. They've always been ninjas, but I guess it's no longer a secret. Gary Antonio Russell, great to see the Russell family. What a wonderful group of fighters and a wonderful family indeed. He took some time out to do a couple of standing backflips, stuck the landing, and he's going back to shadow boxing. All right, Gary Antonio Russell working out. He's going to meet with the media now, and obviously the Russell family fighting in the memory of their father who got them started in the sport of boxing. Great to see the former featherweight champion of the world, Gary Jr. here. As always, the Russell family. Give it up for the Russell family, ladies and gentlemen. They've always come in shape, determined and no doubt looking to handle business. Gary Antonio Russell matching up against Emmanuel Rodriguez, a bantamweight matchup, a part of Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. That's going to be a compelling matchup at 118 pounds. We'll allow Gary Antonio Russell to meet with the media, and then we'll come back. We got the heavyweights that we'll focus in on. Carlos Negron and Frank Sanchez coming your way here as the media workouts for Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius, Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell continues here in Brooklyn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we continue with the media workouts here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. A part of our pay-per-view on Saturday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time on Fox Sports PPV pay-per-view will be one of two heavyweight matchups. You obviously know about the main event with the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, the former heavyweight champion of the world, making his return to the ring against the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. But this one, no doubt, will be a riveting matchup, as we have the 2008 Olympian from Puerto Rico, 25-3, including 18 wins or 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Trains in Miami alongside Luis King Kong Ortiz and under the guidance of Herman Caicedo. Most recently picked up a win over Scott Alexander of May of last year, 34 years of age. He will be taking on Frank Sanchez. Please welcome Carlos Negron, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos Negron, he will be joined alongside by his trainer, Herman Caicedo, who will translate. Herman, great to see you. We can go ahead and look over here at the camera, gentlemen, and come this way. Carlos, tell us about your thoughts on fighting Frank Sanchez. He's undefeated. Obviously, he's been making some noise, but what are your thoughts on your matchup on Saturday?
¿Qué piensa de pelear con Frank Sanchez invicto? ¿Cómo ves la pelea el sábado?
Bueno, primero que nada, gracias por oportunidades que tengo que aprovechar y qué mejor que venir preparado y hacer un buen espectáculo.
He says first he'd like to thank God and everybody putting this together, first and foremost. He's very excited to be able to test himself and be up against great opposition in that manner, and to be in great shape as well.
How much have you learned working with and being alongside Luis King Kong Ortiz, who has been among the elite in the heavyweight division for many years? How much does he inspire you, and what have you learned from him?
¿Qué has aprendido y cuánto has aprendido entrenando ahí en el gimnasio con Luis? Su experiencia como boxeador y qué tú has podido aprender y estar al lado de él.
Bueno, sí, he aprendido muchísimo. Para mí ha sido una bendición estar al lado de Herman, que es tremendo entrenador, igual que con King Kong, que es tremendo asesor, y una bendición.
Yeah, that he thinks it's a blessing. He feels that being alongside Lewis for as long as he's been with him in the gym now, a few years, that it has improved his abilities and his skills. But more importantly, just the team, all of us together there doing this and trying to achieve the same thing, which is all get to the top.
Herman, I know you're doing translate, but I want to ask you specifically, how does he rank among, the rest of the heavyweight division? You do a really good job and have done an excellent job with Luis Ortiz, Carlos Negron. You know heavyweights, but how does Carlos Negron stack up among the elite in the division?
Very good, absolutely. I don't think that he's been given his fair shake yet, as a heavyweight yet. A couple fights, didn't go his way. But at the end of the day, he has the size, the boxing skill. He's very experienced. Like you said, an Olympian. You don't get there by mistake. You definitely have boxing skills, and you can fight. And he has all of that, and it's putting it together, and being a good thing. The best thing that has happened to him is the team that's around him now, which is Ortiz's team, King Kong Boxing. And that has really, for me, in my opinion, been able to help him develop, as a heavyweight now.
Carlos, can you give us your thoughts on fighting here in the New York area? There are a lot of Puerto Ricans that obviously love boxing. They're going to come out and support Emmanuel Rodriguez, also another fellow Puerto Rican. He'll be on the card as well against Gary Antonio Russell.
¿Cómo te sientes aquí peleando en Nueva York? Obvio, es un lugar donde los boricuas brillan. Va a haber dos puertorriqueños peleando también en la cartelera. ¿Cómo usted se siente poder pelear aquí en Nueva York de nuevo?
Estoy contento ya que me están dando estas oportunidades y las estoy aprovechando al máximo. Por ahí vi a Manny Rodríguez, que me puse contento, hablé con él, buena persona de los viejos tiempos. Y nada, estoy contento, estoy feliz y aprovechando el momento.
Very, very happy. He saw Emmanuel Rodriguez earlier, and he was happy to see him, and he's definitely going to make the best of the scenario that he's under right now and fighting here, and he feels very, very happy, and he's going to maximize it.
Herman, you're going to be matching wits alongside the legendary Joe Gleason. Does that sort of get you excited knowing that you're going to have a great corner to go up against on Saturday with your man Carlos Negron against Frank Sanchez, who's got Joe Gleason in his corner?
Well, I'm very honored to begin with. Yeah, absolutely. Joe, I'm a big fan, and I love his work from, a long time ago. So, yeah, that's exciting. Absolutely. Anyone, who you'd ask that should tell you yes, absolutely, when you're, have the opportunity to match what skills, let's say. But more honored than anything, yeah, I think. Excited. I'll let you know, after the victory.
All right, and obviously, I know you're predicting victory, but Carlos, in a perfect world, how does this fight end?
En un mundo perfecto, ¿cómo termina esta pelea?
Pues mira, no tengo pronóstico. Creo que estamos bien entrenados y vamos a hacer un buen espectáculo.
He doesn't have a prediction, but he's very, very, very ready, very well trained, and he's going in there to give it his all, and the outcome will show itself Saturday night.
All right, give it up for Carlos Negron, ladies and gentlemen, and his trainer, Herman Caicedo. Carlos Negron going to work out for the media here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Carlos Negron taking on Frank Sanchez on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view this Saturday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. You're watching the media workout for Carlos Negron as he will take on Frank Sanchez this Saturday, Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And now Carlos Negron is going to meet with the media ahead of their matchup on Saturday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the media workout for Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius on a Saturday. As we come your way on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Want to be joined alongside by a man who has a record of 20 wins, opposite no defeats, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Now training under the guidance of the legendary Joe Gleason. He will take on Carlos Negron on a loaded night of boxing on a Saturday night from Barclays Center, coming off of a victory over Christian Hammer back on New Year's Day. Also defeated F.A. Ajagba last October. Please welcome the Cuban Flash, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Sanchez. Frank, it is great to see you. We have translator here. Frank, tell us your thoughts on fighting Carlos Negron. Obviously a very tough competitor, 2008 Olympian. Both of you guys have storied and rich amateur backgrounds.
¿Cómo te sientes peleando con Carlos Negron? Como ustedes los dos tienen experiencia en amateur.
No, pues ante nada me siento bien preparado, pues soy un peleador que he tenido mucha experiencia ya en el boxeo profesional, le he ganado a peleadores buenos y nada, aquí me siento bien, vengo a ganar y a seguir mi camino a llegar a ser campeón mundial y luego pelear contra todos los heavyweights que hay.
He feels very prepared and he has a good camp and he feels that with his experience he's going to be on top with all the other champions, heavyweight champions out there.
Where does he feel he has the advantage over Carlos Negron?
¿Qué ventaja tienes? ¿Crees que es la ventaja que tienes contra Negron?
Bueno, yo pienso que ya lo he estado estudiando, sé que es un buen peleador, pero o sea, no tiene mucha velocidad. Yo tengo la velocidad, tengo más técnica, tengo también experiencia. Pienso que eso le va a dificultar mucho a él, mi velocidad y pues la forma, el estilo mío de pelear.
And he says that he's got more speed and more experience, and that's going to make the difference.
What is it like working with the legendary Joe Gleason? You've been with him for quite some time, but how's that been like?
¿Cómo te sientes trabajando con Joe Gleason?
Con Joe me siento muy bien. Hemos estado acoplándonos bien en el entrenamiento y todo ha ido funcionando bien. La verdad me siento bien contento, me siento bien preparado y ahora un camino más a seguir con Joe y hasta llegar a ser campeón mundial no paramos.
Yeah, he said he feels very comfortable with Joe Gleason. He made the right move, and he feels that he's going to move forward to becoming a champion.
So, assuming you're victorious on Saturday against Carlos Negron, who do you want next?
Sí, después de Negron, ¿a quién rival quieres?
Bueno, después de esta pelea con Negron, pues estoy listo para pelear. Número 1, quiero pelear con Joy. Número 2, me gustaría también enfrentar si depende cómo salga Wilder, que también quisiera enfrentarlo, Alexander Usyk, pues todos los heavyweights, los primeros, pues estoy listo para todo.
Yeah, he likes to face off with the top heavyweights, Wilder and all the other heavyweights that are out there. He feels that he'll be prepared for that.
You mentioned Joe Joyce being your number 1 if you could. Why so?
¿Por qué Joe Joyce?
Joyce tuvo una pelea importante, buena ahora, hace poco vi que salió muy bien, pero yo sé que tengo todo para ganarle, le gané a boxeador de experiencia y el estilo que él tiene sé que no me va a ganar, no me va a tocar, pues soy más rápido, tengo más todo por encima de él.
Yeah, he said that Joe Joyce, he's seen him last time fighting and he feels that he's a lot quicker, a lot sharper, and his punches are a lot harder.
What's your prediction for your fight coming up against Carlos Negron on Saturday on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view?
¿Cómo ves la pelea contra Negron? ¿Lo vas a noquear o cómo es?
No, pues va a ser una pelea muy buena. Reconozco que Carlos Negron es un peleador que ha tenido varias peleas y con buenos peleadores, pero vengo yo a ganar y cuando salga el knockout, pues que salga. Vengo a ganar primeramente y el knockout si llega, va a llegar en su momento.
Yeah, he feels that he's going to go ahead and shoot for the knockout. He feels that he's prepared for that. If it comes, it happens, but he's well prepared.
All right, Frank Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen, he'll work out for the media here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. You're watching the media workout for Frank Sanchez, the Cuban Flash, as he will take on Carlos Negron on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. A big night of boxing coming your way from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Don't miss this heavyweight matchup as we have the return of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, in our main event. He will take on the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, the co-main event. Caleb Platt. Give it up for Frank Sanchez, the undefeated Cuban heavyweight, who will now meet with the media here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. All right, you are watching the media workouts for Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view this upcoming Saturday night from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. As Frank Sanchez just worked out a few moments ago ahead of his matchup against Carlos Negron. Don't forget to join us on Saturday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. A big night of boxing with the return of the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, as he will take on the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, in that being a WBC Heavyweight Title Eliminator. The co-main event matchup in the super middleweight division. Two former world champions, Caleb Platt and Anthony Dirrell, will get it on. That's also an eliminator fight, both men with no love lost between one another. Also, we have a riveting affair in the bantamweight division. Gary Antonio Russell, who has an undefeated 19-0 record, he will put that record on the line against Emmanuel Rodriguez, the former world champion. This is a rematch from their matchup in August of last year that ended in a no contest. To begin the night, it'll be in the heavyweight division. The undefeated Cuban heavyweight, you saw him, the Cuban Flash, Frank Sanchez, looks to remain perfect against the 2008 Puerto Rican Olympian Carlos Negron. Also, we have a matchup. We have free boxing on FS1 at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, the prelims, and it's headlined by Vito Mielnicki Jr., 12-1 his record with 8 knockouts. He'll go head-to-head against Limberth Ponce. Also, we have Michel Rivera, who's undefeated in the lightweight division. He'll put his skills to the test against Jerry Perez of California. So a star-studded night of boxing coming your way this Saturday from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. We're here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn, that has been the home of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, also Jake LaMotta, Roberto Duran as well, including Jerry Cooney. So Gleason's Gym has been the home to many amazing world champions, including Julio Cesar Chavez, Mike McCallum as well. The list goes on and on of the litany of world champions that have trained inside this famous gym here in Brooklyn. If you can't be with us at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, all you have to do is order Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view on your local cable or satellite provider or the Fox Sports app. And now we want to bring up a man who is no doubt a 2-time super middleweight champion of the world. He will take on Caleb Platt in this super middleweight title eliminator. Very proud of where he's from in Flint, Michigan. As we bring up with a record of 34 wins, 2 losses, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Anthony the Dog Dirrell, ladies and gentlemen. AD, good to see you. Always a pleasure. Obviously looking dripped out as always, but tell me your thoughts on, we're only 3 days away until you and Caleb Platt finally get it on.
Just ready to get in there. Ready to get in there and show, all the doubters I'm here.
Now, doubters, are you talking about the odds makers in Las Vegas? They have you as a heavy underdog coming into this matchup on Saturday.
Good, I can make some more money. That's how I look at it.
Where do you feel you're going to be able to have the advantage over Caleb Platt in the fight?
I don't really want to get out of the way, but I think I got an advantage in a lot of places. I think Caleb, he's fought 2 people that everybody knows. Other than that, he fought nobody. So I'm just ready to go.
You have your lead trainer that's been with you for a very long time, Sugar Hill Stewart, in your corner as well. How has this camp been like compared to the others? Or is this, do you feel great, obviously, or has this been one of your better training camps?
I do. I feel great. I mean, I know everybody say that, coming to a press conference, especially for a fight, but I actually feel great. It was no injuries this camp. Usually it's injuries, every camp, but it's minor injuries. But I feel good. I'm ready to go.
Anthony, I saw that you posted a photo on social media a couple of days ago, absolutely shredded. I feel like if you could have fought 10 days ago to 2 weeks ago, you could have.
I could have. But, them 10 days ago or 10 weeks, whatever, it's, it gets me prepared for this moment right here that we're at.
What are you hoping to show the fans on Saturday night that tune into the pay-per-view?
Just like I'm still here. Like I haven't gone nowhere. I think it's a lot of people, saying age and, from my previous couple fights, my cuts. I've been cut off one punch. That's it. That was David Benavidez, one punch. Other cuts have been headbutts. But like I said, I'm ready. Caleb got to come and see me.
I feel like this is the most motivated that we've seen you in a few years. Is that accurate to say?
I am motivated. He got me up for this one.
A little more juice is flowing, right?
Yeah, he got me up. He got me up.
In a perfect world for Anthony Dirrell, how does this fight end?
Knockout.
All right, Anthony the Dog Dirrell, ladies and gentlemen, here at Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Anthony Dirrell just wants to meet with the media here and take some photos. He'll meet with the media over here. And the backdrop, absolutely. We're going to allow Anthony Dirrell now to meet with the media here at the backdrop as they want to talk with UAD and ask their questions. We have the press conference tomorrow at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and we will continue to inch closer to Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view as we'll come back in a few moments with Anthony Dirrell's adversary. Welcome back to the media workout for Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. We now await one half of our main event. This man, the Nordic Nightmare, as he is coming off of his destruction over Adam Kovnatski. He's looking for the biggest win of his professional career from Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, ladies and gentlemen. So this way. Robert, it is great to see you. Before we allow you to work out, now that we are 3 days away until you collide against the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder, your former sparring partner, how excited are you for this opportunity?
I'm very excited. I've been ready for a long time, and now this fight week, we have just been doing some light work to keep us sharp.
The last time you fought here at Barclays Center in Brooklyn was back in March of 2020, right before the pandemic. You shocked the world and defeated Adam Kovnatski. Can you do the same again on Saturday?
Well, I've been doing a lot of work, and I feel confident, and I think I'm going to do this again.
How does this training camp compare to the others that you've had in the past? Have you put in more rounds, or has it just been pretty much how you typically approach training camp? You have a very dangerous man in front of you, which I know that you are very aware of that.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that, but I've been doing this for 25 years, so of course there's some tactical changes and stuff like that we do in sparring training and technical training, but yeah, mainly we've been doing a lot of footwork, a lot of good stuff.
Are you sensing that your lifelong dream of potentially challenging for the heavyweight championship of the world is right there if you're able to get the biggest win of your career on Saturday?
Yeah, when I get this win, I feel like it's very close.
We see that media's come from Finland and from overseas to watch and document your fight week. How much do the fans over back home motivate you and inspire you to come out and put on a memorable performance on Saturday?
Well, a lot, of course. You know, it's 6 in the morning. I think the fight is in the morning, Sunday morning back home. So I don't know how many people is going to be watching it live, but I've been getting good spirits and good energy from the people back home, and I'm going to do it.
The Nordic Nightmare, how'd you get that nickname?
Well, you know, first, I'm a Viking, so I'm from the north, and I have really Nordic roots. So, and it's kind of a long story, but when I moved to Germany, I was a professional back in 2008, 2009. There was a guy who said to me, "You look like the Nordic Nightmare." And I asked him, "Can I use that name in the ring?" He said, "Of course."
It's stuck with you ever since.
Yes.
All right, Robert, good luck on Saturday. Give it up for the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, who's going to work out for all of you here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. You're watching the Nordic Nightmare Robert Helenius workout here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Robert Helenius takes on Deontay Wilder in the main event on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. A big night of boxing coming your way from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Robert Helenius looking for the biggest win of his career as he collides against his former sparring partner, the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, plus Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell in a super middleweight title eliminator. The fights begin at 4:30. If you're in the area, make sure to get there early and be a part of this jam-packed night of boxing. As we give a round of applause to the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, who is now going to meet with the assembled media here at Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. Robert Helenius, Deontay Wilder comes your way on Saturday on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. All right, welcome back to the media workouts, ladies and gentlemen, here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. You're watching the media workouts for the return of the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder against the Nordic Nightmare Robert Helenius, that being a WBC Heavyweight Title Eliminator. Our co-main event is going to be a tremendous matchup in the super middleweight division. The return of Caleb Plant as he will take on Anthony Dirrell. It is a super middleweight title eliminator, a matchup between two former champions who don't necessarily have the most admiration for one another. Also, we have Gary Antonio Russell squaring off against Emmanuel Rodriguez, the former world champion out of Puerto Rico, as this is a rematch from their matchup in August of last year that ended in a no contest. To begin the night, we have the unbeaten Cuban heavyweight, the Cuban Flash, Frank Sanchez, taking on Carlos Negron of Puerto Rico, the 2008 Puerto Rican Olympian. So our co-main event could be a main event anywhere in the world, as it will be a part of a loaded night of boxing. Also, ladies and gentlemen, tickets are still available at the Barclays Center. Make sure to join us in person, or if you cannot be at Barclays Center, you can watch on FOX Sports PPV pay-per-view. Also giving away a pair of tickets to the fight. My tickets, all you have to do is follow me at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius and let me know who you think is going to win the fight and how. Again, giving away a pair of tickets to Wilder Helenius. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius and let me know who you think is going to win and how. But we are waiting. Caleb Plant, the former IBF super middleweight champion of the world, who's returning to the ring for the first time since his valiant effort in a loss at the hands of Canelo Alvarez last November in a super middleweight unification showdown. Caleb Plant, no doubt focused, determined, and looking forward to talking with the former champion. Has Stephen Breadman Edwards in his corner as his trainer, also his father Richie Plant as well, his strength and conditioning coach. The strength and conditioning coach of the Stars, Larry Wade, as well. He has a great camp around him, a great team around him. And Caleb Plant fighting at Barclays Center for the first time in his career. No doubt, I know that he wants to put on a show, but Anthony Dirrell said, I'm also going to put on a show and make a statement on Saturday night against Caleb Plant. So this one is probably the most emotional fight of all the fights. Don't forget, we will be live on FS1, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. In our main event, it'll be Vito Mielnicki Jr. against Limberth Ponce. That'll be a part of our prelim action. Also, Michelle Rivera, Jerry Perez square off as well. So we have you covered all night long on Saturday. And then that inches us closer to the pay-per-view at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. You can order it on your cable or satellite provider or on the Fox Sports app. Deontay Wilder, the former heavyweight champion of the world, stepping inside the ring. He's 4-0 at Barclays Center. All of them coming by knockouts, spectacular knockouts for that matter, as he will put his skills to the test against his former sparring partner, the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow will be the press conference at 4:30 Eastern time on FS1. The press conference for Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius, Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell, and then the weigh-in on Friday, fight night on Saturday. If you're going to be at Barclays Center, our first fight gets going at 4:30, so join us for an action-packed afternoon and evening of boxing, and it all comes your way. Compliments of Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by Bomb Squad Promotions and TGB Promotions. Tickets are still available, but they are going quickly. And as we said, the Bronze Bomber coming back to the ring for the first time in over a year, and he is looking to retake his throne atop the heavyweight division. His journey all starts on Saturday against the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. We talked about the co-main event, a lot of the line for both men. Anthony Dirrell saying people are writing him off and that he's heard that, he's heard the overtures. He's going to prove all the detractors wrong. Caleb Plant coming into this fight, he is a heavy favorite according to the odds makers in Las Vegas, but Caleb Plant has the hunger as if he hasn't tasted and hasn't won the world championship. Caleb Plant has made quite a bit of money in his career, and he deserves every single penny and dime. And looking forward to seeing his partnership with his new trainer, Steven Breadman Edwards. We're here at the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. That has been the home of the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, Manos de Piedra, Roberto Duran, also Jake LaMotta, Julio Cesar Chavez, Edwin Rosario, the body snatcher, Mike McCallum, along with so many others that at one time or another have set up training camp here at Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. Now we bring up the former super middleweight champion of the world as he squares off against Anthony Dirrell. Very proud of where he's from in Tennessee. Please welcome Caleb Plant, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Jim? How are you? Caleb, fight week here in Brooklyn. You mentioned to me at the end of August that you are looking forward to fighting at Barclays Center for your first time. How are you feeling 3 days away from your fight?
Man, feeling good, excited to be in Brooklyn. It's my first time fighting in New York. So, ready for all my New York fans to come out, ready to put a show on, and put a vicious ass whooping on this boy.
This seems to be the most emotional fight that I've seen, on the card. He mentioned the fact that he wants to come out, he wants to wipe you out. You've said the same thing. So, did that add any extra additional motivation during training camp or no?
Not too much. I'm always motivated. I don't try to let outside forces dictate my motivation or how disciplined I am, how hard I work. That's something I've done my whole career, my whole life. But, I'd be lying if I didn't say I want to put a little extra on this boy for, everything that he's had to say. And when that bell rings, we're going to find out if he means it or not.
Even though you live in Las Vegas now, I know you're very proud of where you're from in Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. You're wearing a Derrick Henry T-shirt. What do you want to tell all the fans in your home area? You fought, Vincent Vigan boots back in February of 2020. Over 10,000 people came out to the Bridgestone Arena. But what do you want to tell all your fans, especially in your home area of Nashville?
Just want to tell all my friends, my fans, my supporters in Middle Tennessee, Ashland City, Nashville, make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to be putting on a show. Got my boy Deontay in the main event. And just tune in because it's going to be fireworks.
Caleb will let you work out. We look forward to talking with you tomorrow at the press conference.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Caleb Plant, ladies and gentlemen, joining us. He's going to work out for the media here in Brooklyn. Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell, a super middleweight title eliminator at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You're watching the media workout. You're watching the media workout for Caleb Plant, the former super middleweight champion of the world. He squares off against Anthony Dirrell on Saturday night. It is a super middleweight title eliminator coming your way from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Don't forget to join us on Fox Sports PPC pay-per-view, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time, as we look forward to this tremendous night of boxing. Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell can be a main event anywhere in the world. It is the co-feature as Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, returns to the ring as he will battle the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. Promoted by Bomb Squad Promotions and TGP Promotions. Presented by Premier Boxing Champions. Caleb Plant working out here at Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn.
Make sure you break your head down to both sides.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Plant, the former super middleweight champion of the world, working out here at the legendary Gleason's gym here in Brooklyn. Caleb Plant matches up against Anthony Dirrell on Saturday night. The main event, the co-main event, Fox Sports PPV pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius in our main event. Now Caleb Plant will meet with the media. We'll come back as we get ready to talk with the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, in a few moments here at the legendary Gleason's gym in Brooklyn. It is Fight Week here in Brooklyn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with the media workout here at the legendary and the famed Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. Saturday night, we have a massive night of boxing on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. In our main event, it is the return of the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, as he will match up and go head-to-head with the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. It is a WBC Heavyweight Title Eliminator. Our co-main event going to be a riveting matchup. This one in the super middleweight division, as Caleb Plant will get it on against Anthony Dirrell. Both men former world champions. Both men, let's just say, are not the fondest of one another. Also, Gary Antonio Russell takes on the former world champion from Puerto Rico, Emmanuel Rodriguez. To begin the night, Frank Sanchez, the undefeated Cuban heavyweight, will go head-to-head against the 2008 Puerto Rican Olympian, Carlos Negron. That'll be at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Before that, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, Vito Mielnicki Jr. from Roseland, New Jersey, steps inside the ring, and he'll take on Limberth Ponce. Also, Michel Rivera, the top 10 lightweight, will go head-to-head against Jerry Pettis of Los Angeles. But the reason why we are here is the return of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, stepping inside the ring for the first time in a little bit over a year. Deontay Wilder working with his esteemed trainer, Malik Scott. Looking forward to seeing Deontay, the Bronze Bomber. He just visited with the New York Giants earlier today. He's been all over the place, working very hard. But this one, a very important fight as Deontay Wilder makes his return to the ring. We will be talking with the Bronze Bomber in a few short moments. If you cannot be at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, make sure to join us on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. All you have to do is call your local cable or satellite provider, or go ahead and order it on the Fox Sports app. It's all being promoted by Bomb Squad Promotions along with TGB Promotions, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. I suggest you get to the arena early, as we will start the fights at 4:30 Eastern time. Our pay-per-view card comes your way at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time, with 4 outstanding matchups, and it's all highlighted by the return of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's had some memorable moments at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. 4 fights, 4 victories, 4 explosive knockouts. The last time we saw him, he knocked out Dominic Breazeale in one of the most lethal finishes that I've ever seen in my life. That was back in May of 2019. Also holds victories over Bermane Stiverne in their rematch. He did that at Barclays Center, wiped him out in the first round as well. Had a battle against Luis Ortiz, knocked him out in the 10th round back years ago, and also began his journey at Barclays Center by wiping out Artur Spuka of Poland. And the Bronze Bomber loves fighting here in Brooklyn at Barclays Center, and Barclays Center has embraced the Bronze Bomber for many years. Something special about the Bronze Bomber and Barclays Center. You do not want to miss Saturday night's event. Deontay Wilder, must-see TV indeed. He's got power, has the speed, and man, oh man, looking forward to talking with the former champion of the world, who is aiming to get back to his throne and once again become champion, as Wilder will take on his former sparring partner, the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. And also, I mentioned that I am giving away a pair of tickets to the fans. If you're going to be here in the New York, New Jersey area, follow me at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius and give me your prediction on who you think is going to win our main event and how. I will pick a winner at random on Friday afternoon. Again, at SBR Flores. Use the hashtag Wilder Helenius. Give me your prediction on who you think is going to win the main event and how. I'm going to be talking with the Bronze Bomber in a few short moments. Saw him working out at his gym in Las Vegas, or not at his gym, but at the UFC Apex. He's been splitting his time between his gym in Alabama and also in Las Vegas, and the Bronze Bomber looked spectacular a few weeks ago, and I'm sure he looks even that much better as we are 3 days away until he'll step inside the ring against Robert Helenius from Barclays Center here in Brooklyn. social media-wise, and just to give you the schedule, tomorrow will be the press conference at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring into the ring the former heavyweight champion of the world, one of the most exciting fighters that we've ever seen in boxing history. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome him back with open arms, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, ladies and gentlemen. Champ, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's a Bronze Bomber fight week. That makes me hella excited. How are you feeling, my man?
I feel wonderful. I'm glad to be back here in Brooklyn. Feel like a second home to me, and I'm ready to do what I do best. You know what I mean? At the Barclays Center is where my most electrifying, most dramatic, most exciting times has been, and knockouts as well. And we're back once again, ready to perform for the crowd, the fans. So here we go.
Deontay, what is it like about Brooklyn Barclays Center? I feel like, they say in New York City, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. That's what Frank Sinatra said. For you, I feel like you thrive in this environment, right in the shadows of Broadway, high drama, always known for theatrics. You, my man, know how to put on a show.
Most definitely. It's electrifying energy here. When I set foot ground here, I could feel the energy immediately. I asked my team, do they feel the same thing? They can feel it as well. It's just a lot of memorable moments here, exciting times. And how can you deny the fans, the peoples that's here, the loving and support that they give, and it's amazing. It means a lot to me. So I appreciate the love and the support that the fans that they give me here. And I'm ready to perform, as always.
Let's look ahead towards your opponent, Robert Helenius. We saw him earlier. He looks in outstanding physical shape. Do you like the fact that you're going to be taking on a former sparring partner of yours, someone that you know well, someone who knows you well, but now you really get it on? No more of the sparring gloves. You guys are going at it full throttle.
Yeah, man. And that's the exciting thing about it. You do so much in sparring to sharpen each other's tools, but this is the first time that we'll be able to enter the ring where it really counts. For each other, and I'm looking forward to it. One thing about Robert, he has a warrior heart, and I have a warrior heart as well. And when you put two guys together like that, we're always willing to go out on our shields. I'm willing to do whatever I got to do to make sure that things get done, and I'm sure he is too. So on that night of the fight, may the best man wins.
What can the fans expect? Because there is so much, when it comes to Deontay Wilder, there's so much anticipation, excitement, but what can the fans and the world expect on Saturday night out of the Bronze Bomber?
I mean, when the Bronze Bomber is in town, in an arena, I put asses in the seats. But the thing about it, they on the edge of their seat because they don't know what's going to happen. But when it happens, bam, baby, good night.
Malik Scott, this is your second straight camp together with him being your lead trainer. I saw the work you put in, but how has this camp compared to your first camp with Malik as your lead trainer?
This camp has been exciting. You can go for so long and do so many things the same for so long that it's become boring. But we made things interesting. I just switched locations back and forth. I've been training in Vegas and then back in Alabama for sparring and different things like that. So, things have been changed up. We're doing the same thing, but bringing new interest, new excitement to it as well. So just basically having fun, trying to bring the fun back into boxing, I guess, bringing fun back into the training. And that's what we've been doing. The second phase of my career is all about having fun, ultimately.
We look forward to your matchup on Saturday. I'll talk to you tomorrow at the press conference and allow you to work out. Always great to see the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, in any shape or form.
Always good to see you as well, Ray. Blessings.
The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. He's going to be working out here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn.
acting a little bit like Deontay? So where can I get a shirt like that?
I've got it. Guys, me. Yes, sir.
Sure, nobody.
see his insurance right there. Lose it for the last 30 seconds, right? Beautiful. Yes.
You're watching the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder workout ahead of his showdown against Robert Helenius this Saturday on Fox Sports PPV pay-per-view from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The Bronze Bomber is back on Saturday against the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. Don't forget to order the pay-per-view if you haven't done so already. All you have to do is call your local cable or satellite provider or order it on the Fox Sports app. The Bronze Bomber working out with his entire team here at the legendary Gleason's Gym here in Brooklyn. It is Bronze Bomber Fight Week in full swing.
Bronze Bomber. Yes, sir. Robert Helenius.
Okay.
Fight week, words of fresh.
Got him right. He ain't playing with me.
Keep that going.
Hey, Malik, they said he can't box, King. They said he can't box.
Anything in this ring you want.
They said he ain't a Hall of Famer.
30 seconds. That's what real athletic is. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for the media workout for the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here from the legendary Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. You saw the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder workout. He looks ready to go ahead of his showdown against Robert Helenius. Join us tomorrow for the press conference, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific time on FS1 or the PBC YouTube page. Watch the press conference with Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius, and also Caleb Plant, Anthony Dirrell. We'll see you tomorrow from Barclays Center for the press conference with Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius. Good night.